Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back. Welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a new Tempest knives. It's the hottest thing out since sliced bread. These just dropped this week and one version is already sold out. So I'm telling you, if you're watching this video right now, and if you find one of these interesting, I suggest you run and get it. And the last time I did a video on these knives, on Tempest knives, somebody said, oh, you're getting a good kickback for that. No, I really like the knives, and no, there's no kickback. So you could take that jack to the bank, to the back, to the whack. All right, back to the knife. This is the Tempest Knives Fractus. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its fractusness. Okay, this is pretty darn cool. This is the silver lining configuration. Of the different configurations, I couldn't quite make up my mind which one I liked best or which one I wanted to buy the most. But this one has very nice looking carbon fiber, a little bit of carbon fibre, a little bit of texture vision for you. And this, of course, you know, that is, what's the word on the quintessential? No, that is, I can't think of the word, but when you see this, you know this is going to come from KC from Knives Fast, who is the designer of Tempest knives. But here's the look at this side. This is a frame lock. It has a, look at that, very, very nice looking titanium pocket clip. And by the way, you can get, for all you lefties, there is lefty love. You'll be able to get one that is for the other side. Now, to me, it just looks like it's reversible, but I remember on the site that it said that you can get the left-sided clip. So that one way or another, you're going to be good to go for that. Now, are you ready to see this blade? It's not as small. This knife is bigger than I thought. I'm like, ooh. I took it out of the box. I was like, oh, I'm digging that. You know the size of my hand, right? I have a large width hand. Yeah, it's not a small knife at all. The pictures make it look a little bit smaller. Here's your blade. Pow! Right in the kisser. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Ooh, mamacita. Would you look at that bad boy? And here's the kicker. This is not your grandpa's knife. This is S90V blade steel, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Love the hole, love that, and check it out. We have a little bit of jimp, and a little more jimp, which is very nice. I'll tell you about that all here in just a second. Either you have a big choil, you have plenty of room for sharpening, you're good to go. I like the logo for Tempest knives. It's perfect. If you're gonna have a logo, do it like this. Make it smaller, put it up here high and tight on the ricasso. I think that is just right. So you can have your logo without it being branded like some brands do all over the blade. I'm not a big fan of that. Now look at this. It does have excellent pass-through, easy access to that frame lock, which is very nice, very, very nice. And let me just tell you, this bad boy is very, very smooth. The reverse flick is so nice. Oh yeah, I love this knife. I'm digging it. We'll check out the ergos here in just a second. First, I'm going to give you a little bit of sound vision, a little bit of acoustics. You ready? Oh, that has a nice snap to it. Now, the question is, can I use my thumb? Yes, it's not as quick because it's not quite sharp in here, but it's definitely very doable and good old slow roll. So all of that is very good. Now this, I believe this is a prototype, but for a prototype, it's solid. I don't have any movement. It's absolutely good. And the lockup's right where you want it. And is the blade centered on this proto? Yes, and look at that. That is not a weak tip. That is not a tip for the lighthearted. Check it out. It's a little beefy. You're going to be able to use this bad boy. Now, as far as your geometry, it doesn't have a far way to travel, but you have a little bit of distance to get down there behind the edge. And you know what? It doesn't feel too hateful. So we have a nice quick transition down to your secondary bevel. That is not too shabby. I'm digging that. Now, let me get you in here and give you a couple numbers real quick. This bad boy is 8 inches from tip to tip. The handle is 4.5 inches. You have S90V blade steel. It weighs 4.2 ounces. Your blade is a 3.5-inch blade. So that is a nice size. I like anywhere from 3.3 to 3.5. This is a nice size. You could also get this bad boy in the Storm Cloud version. Well, no, you can't. Guess what? That one's sold out. That was very popular. You could get the blue sky version and this one, the silver lining version. These are the only two versions that are left. If that's any indication how fast they sold out, there's not that many. I think this one right here, when I looked before I made this video, there were like 11 of these left, and the other version, there might have been 20. So I guarantee before this video is over, they're going to be sold out. And if you get there and they're not, I'm going to be very surprised, because anyone that hasn't seen this knife, or they were on the edge or on the fence about it, the ergos, I have large width hands. There's plenty of room. I'm not going to be doing a beez squeeze on it, because if I do the beez squeeze, I am feeling the inside of this liner just a little bit. But if I'm holding it in the traditional way back here, it's not too bad. Very good jimping. Good grip on the jimping. Just a little bit sharpish on the inside. Now, don't forget, this is a prototype. These things like that, there's little adjustments that are made before they're manufactured. So I don't know if that's something that's going to be addressed, but I mean, it's definitely not a deal breaker. This isn't going to be one you're going to be out chopping wood with or cutting open bags of concrete, although you could. And I do like this jimping out front. That is very nice. That is excellent. You could tell that a knife person, a knife nut, was thinking. They're like, okay, when I'm doing cuts like this, and look at this. This is a large handle. This is oh wow, this is pretty darn cool. I am digging it. So the action, the fit, the finish, the ergos, all of that is pretty good. Back here, I'm feeling just a little bit of this pocket clip. It's a little kind of square, kind of how it holds out like that. If my hand were bigger, I might not like it, but it's just enough where it just kind of passes and gets just on the outside of my palm. So it's not hateful. Now, if I'm pushing down like this, that pocket clip does become a little bit of a warm spot the way it hits me when I'm choked back like this. But wait, there's more. Look at this. There we go. Okay, there it goes. That puts that pocket clip well out of range. That's comfy. Choked up like this, that's okay. That's how I'm going to hold this. I like it. And you can even get up here and go like this, and that's going to be very nice. Your thumb's going to fit up here too. Ooh, I like it. Me likey a lot. Check this out. A couple quick size comparisons. Here's the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock, and then I got to show you the QSP Penguin, baby, the Penguin button lock. And it's bigger than both of these knives without a doubt. How about the Spyderco Para 3? Look at that. Does that give you any indication? And if that doesn't do it for you, how about this? The Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Now that gives you an idea. You're just about in that territory. Handle-wise, and if you look at this, putting the choil up against the handle, you have more handle on this knife than you do with the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Starting up at the forward choil and going all the way back. So this has plenty of handle. It's not going to be for the faint of hand size, but I like it. This is very cool. Tell me what you think about it. The new Tempest knives, Fractus. If you're liking it, I hope you're one of the lucky ones to get in on it, because the next group of them, it's going to be a little bit. So good luck to you. I appreciate all of you. I'm glad you're watching. I do want to know which one's your favorite version. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. You don't want to miss what's coming up next on Beez Blades, live at the Hive. Oh, right. Every Friday night. You don't want to miss it. Now go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And until I see you again at the lives or the chats or in the Hive stream, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.